Hi folks, welcome to the final of the China versus Europe Championship. So just one game remaining, and as you can see by this lovely graphic here, it's actually Europe versus China on this occasion. In the final, Reinhard from Austria playing Bing, and the graphic seems to indicate that we can expect Targ versus Martell today, and the game has just started, so let's see if we are correct. And joining us is, of course, again, Lukas. Hello, Lukas.
Hello everyone, really excited for this game, and the graphic wasn't lying. We have Targaryen on Reinhard's side and Martell on Bing's side.
Yes, I'm going for Knights of the Hollow Hill this time. We saw Bing playing, I think, in this tournament several different decks. Battle of the Trident was one that was played with this Duran's game strategy in mind. And of course, the Wars to Come was previously played like that. But Knights of the Hollow Hill, before this tournament, I've always associated it with reset control, basically, not the used plots mechanic. So we'll see. But I think this is going to be a Duran's game deck that increases the strength of characters.
Yeah, I think so too, depending on or judging from the exchange of information reveal, weapon accessed, Tattered Prince, Blood Orange Grove, Dawn, and To the Spears. So Dawn and To the Spears indicate it will be a use plot kind of deck.
And Tower to the Sun, very interesting. Tower to the Sun, Tower of the Sun, a rarely seen card.
A bit of extra economy for event-heavy decks, so won't be that bad, I think, or fits well if you find it early.
Yeah, so can you get plot phase gold with this? You get one in taxation in theory, so no, not really. So it's just economy, there's no tricks with this. And Reinhard playing his Prince deck, so I assume he named Khal Drogo as the Prince here.
And also a strong setup, economy plus Womb of the World. And he also found Rakaro for extra hand control, which isn't bad if you find it early with no opposition from Bing's side.
And currently there is no opposition, but not all that much power gained, and he is missing some strength on the power challenge to trigger the agenda search for Drogo. So just getting the 2 power in round 1. Yeah, this is a very resilient deck. It plays aggressively, gets power quickly, gets high claim military sometimes, but it's difficult to reset it very efficiently, as we saw in the previous games, so I wonder how it will do. Okay, it's not really, as we said, it's not really reset control, but if the game does go long against Martell, suddenly their strength increases and they have so much draw, so much resources that it's difficult to push any challenges through.
Definitely, yeah. Considering he has probably placed the big army that increases in strength, Prince's Plan, Dawn, stuff like that really helps dominate the board in the late game.
Interesting, Reinhardt just revealing Harris immediately, so he thinks this is only going to hurt him probably for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, it might be smart to play it early if it's not a disadvantage to yourself, and play around trapping yourself with that as a last plot, but might also be a misplay judging from how many armies Bing will get into the board. And no cards marshaled, or no characters marshaled on Bing's side. As the first player, 1 card in Shadows, might be the Tattered Prince.
Yeah, it's also possible to ambush Lord Tywin's host. I haven't seen that in this type of deck.
Lord Anders's host.
Lord,
Not
yeah,
Tywin.
yeah. Lord
One of the
Anders's
hosts.
host. That's the one. Would be nice to get Lord Tywin's host as well for some more hand control, but no.
Would be cheating, I guess, including a Lannister card in a Martell Hollow Hill deck.
Yeah, maybe one day there will be an
Maybe one
agenda
day, yeah.
that lets you play all the big armies in a single deck.
An interesting character on Reinhard's side, Crown of As Dothraki. An intrigue icon on a Dothraki character.
Yeah, and
Haven't seen that much.
wonder if there is anything really useful. So okay, Ricasso in the dead pile would help, and we see Klitos is in the discard pile. Killing him always nice in this matchup. It's possible that Bing just passes here and collects the gold for the long plan, does nothing with the gold he has left over.
Yeah, quite a slow start on his side, but long plan fits very well into that playstyle. But now, due to the devoted Bloodrider, Akaro is on strength 5 and could trigger the agenda for Reinhard.
Yeah, so this is one probably worth blocking if he can, but no, not interested. Hence Judgment gone for Intrigue Claim, that could be useful later when Overwhelming Numbers is played. And Khal Drogo going to hand. So he's a few cards over reserve this time.
And also going in for the military challenge to discard one more card. Quite the nice pull to the spears discarded.
Yeah, so Wars decks do play Annals in their 10 plot deck, but this time possibly not.
Yeah, and also Reinhard has a Maronese Market standing to counter any discard pile stuff.
Right, so that could be very useful.
Which also is his restricted card of choice, if I remember correctly. So no Shadow of the East to discard attachments. And no plots like Loan from the Iron Bank or Exchange of Information on Reinhard's side.
And we have a Raiding Kalasari in the discard pile with another Dothraki army, so this is of course there for Overwhelming Numbers to pick up later in the game possibly. And now comes the Prince Duran's Behest into Morgulis, so this is where all the gold that Bing has stocked here will become useful. But he is up against a 2-claim plot.
Yeah, and Reinhard's not looking bad economy-wise himself. Has 6 gold plus another 3 reduction from the King's Road. Paired that with the full discard pile for Overwhelming Numbers. But 17 gold on Bing's side. Wow.
Here we go. And raising that up to 5, so we'll immediately see more gold coming in. And Hand's Judgment.
Wow, cancel into cancel. Okay. Someone always tells canceling the Hand's Judgment to make the Indorans name happen.
Okay, spent some gold anyway. I think that's the one thing I will remember most from this tournament is all the Hand's Judgments played.
Definitely, yeah. Okay, not a bad marshalling phase from Bing.
And still a huge hand left. So 1 gold on Begging Brother to cancel something really annoying. Raiding Kalasar is passive, so what could the trigger be? Maybe just Drogo.
Yeah, Drogo marshaled here. Geo reduced by the king's vote. 3 gold left. Keeps the 3 gold, possibly for overwhelming numbers.
So no claim this time for Bing, but he is on 5 used plots now, so Duran's game is a possibility. He will need to trigger a few to win the game, especially if he's not going to block any of Reinhard's power gain here.
And we have another to the spears on Bing's side.
Yeah, and 9 strength intimidate army.
Intrigue goes through unopposed. Will probably kneel Khal Drogo. But no claim. And no Dawan's game from Bing's side.
Yeah, he can do the other challenge to intimidate Recaro as well, but whatever happens, Womb of the World is still standing after all of that. So we'll see if he can win on defense as well. Okay, getting Drogo not too bad.
Yeah, unfortunately there are no characters in the dead pile.
Yeah, but still he can win currently on the power challenge when he swings back.
Yeah, stealthing past Recastle.
Yeah, if there is something else, let's see. So, blood of my blood.
A 3-cost event. Circumventing the possible hand's judgment by Bing with 2 gold in hand. It's another power icon Bloodworder. So we have a possible stand for Khal Drogo.
He defends instead.
He locks it, okay.
Even though there is no claim.
Interesting. He returns a duplicate to hand using Hargo's reaction, okay.
Interesting.
Uses Myrini's Market to put back Someone Always Tells. And now onto Reinhard's challenges. Attacking for power, stealthing past Recastle.
So not really interested in standing Drogo.
Nope.
Getting
Here comes the Tattered Prince.
This will actually hurt because he's not even getting the 2 claim now. But maybe he was worried about Vengeance for Elia here or something like that on the military one. Blocking with 4 strength, and that's not a very good round here for Reinhard.
No, I agree. He might have gotten more out of it. And now we will see if Bing uses the begging brother to cancel Khal Drogo.
And he does.
Get the door real quick, be right back.
Okay, so going into the second half of the game as far as plots are concerned, so 3 left for Bing. Of course, he skips one with Behest. And we have first snow against that Anel, so Reinhard predicting that when he removed someone always tells, and he could use it in the plot phase now to get rid of something else. So in Duran's name is getting a lot of gold here, and yeah, double to the spear is not that pleasant either. But there is only one Renice market trigger, and we have immediately Hand's Judgment used to cancel in Duran's name, and then we have the cancel from the other side, and that nils the faction card, so that's one thing that's now gone. No more secret schemes or additional in Duran's name, but yeah, Robin in a good position to survive this first now really nicely. And he gets to refill his begging brother next round. Now, the only thing is, does he have a dupe for Ricasso? And he does.
I'm back.
Welcome
and
back.
This looks like a really, really good pull to survive that first snow turn.
Yeah, lots of gold, so getting the big army and the duplicate, he is in a good position, and going first here with Intimidate again. And looks like he's out of cards because he's using the Grimblood Trader, or maybe he has too much gold and can afford to draw an extra card here. So one thing we should say, of course, is that in this double elimination system, Reinhard has reached the final from the winner's bracket and being from the loser's bracket. So if I am correct, there was some confusion about the system, but I think there should be 2 games in the final if Bing wins the first one, because Reinhard is still undefeated, and then they would play again. So Bing needs to win 2 and Reinhard needs to win 1 to win the tournament here. Okay, and Plaza can trigger after Bing is done with his challenges to
An
stand the character.
interesting decision from Bing to marshal Holstein Escort with a Sword of the Morning. Oh, of course, you can use Someone Always Tells to cancel First Snow of Winter.
Yeah, so Reinhard did remove one from the discard pile with the market, but still, with that draw of Martell's, it's often available to cancel anyway. And okay, so not really a big deal whether First Snow triggers here or not, because the plan to get rid of some of the board didn't work anyway here, so. So what happened with this cancel fest now? So,
I think Reinhard used a hand's judgment to cancel the someone always tells.
so that's 2 of his hand's judgments now gone.
Yep.
And Bing has 1 removed from the game and 1 someone always tells. And seems like this is impossible to block now, so we will have to the spears. We'll have double intimidate. Maybe even another to the spears to get all 3 challenges.
Yeah, but Reinhard used a Milanese market to remove the second to the spears, but still might be 1 lurking in hand.
And using Womb before the intimidate goes through. Just to... he's going to use this for claim.
We go left in hand from Reinhard and a blood of my blood in the discard pile. And I think he still has 1 event left to play from the discard pile this phase.
Yeah, so the first no cancel fast happens inside the challenges phase. So that's where Hand's Judgment was played from the discard pile, if I'm not mistaken. And Bing played his event from hand. So he could still play stuff from the discard pile, but there is nothing left. And still that 2 gold left, which is just enough for the cancel. But not for... Is it enough for the Tattered Prince? It is. He is Shadow 2, right?
Yep. Let's still bring him out. And we have a blood of my blood on the power challenge of Bing. Reinhard may try to defend it by 5. Maybe stand Khal Drogo with the Plaza. Then to stand him again with the agenda.
Okay, so trying to win on defense, which is risky. Let's see if there is a strength boost. So one thing in Reinhard's favor, no runs game for 2 rounds in a row now. And here comes the strength boost.
Goes up to 9, exactly enough to win.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate here. But yeah, I was going to say no runs game for 2 rounds in a row, so that would have got Robin even with 1 trigger close to victory already. But looks like that's 1 card he did not draw. And not such a problem, because with Ricasso on the board, the number of used plots never really drops down to 0.
Yeah. Which will be a huge problem for Reinhard in the turns to come. It's also down to 2 cards.
So he removes House Dane Escort, that's one that can be marshaled from the discard pile, and the Prince's Plan removed by Annals, which is good for Reinhard, otherwise that would have been the target for the market, I'm sure. And now here comes another aggressive plot. Let's see if he can push something through this time. Fury of the Khalasar against more draw. The runs game is revealed here. Is it the only event? It's not, but Secret Schemes not that great. Hand Judgment maybe. Unbridled Generosity also an option. We know that Begging Brother is in hand.
Bing managed to win initiative again, making himself first player to make use of that Intimidate. Maybe a slight misplay by Reinhard to give being the condemned as the attachment. Might have also given him the Sword of the Morning, which is already in hand. We saw it, I think, last turn on the House Dana's card.
Yeah, and I think there is Dawn in the discard pile, so yeah, it went back to hand.
And condemned, of course, really hurts, considering Reinhard's agenda wants to win by 5 on the power challenge. 14 gold on a exchange of information turn. I would say that's quite amazing.
Yeah, typical. So Doran's name, 1 discarded, 1 removed from the game. That's a pretty decent economy. Yeah, and here is where the Harris gets rid of some of this board, but it's not that great because simply so many cards in hand and so much gold that whatever you do here in terms of reset, they just keep coming back. So really, Reinhardt needed to do a lot more damage, I think, in the early game.
Yeah, especially on the first 2-claim plot.
Yeah, so didn't push the power challenge on Vanquish, and then again last round lost it on defense and didn't initiate any challenges himself. Okay, he has one icon kind of where he can compete the power one, but not that great with double intimidate and Sword of the Morning on the other side. And now, okay, no Duran's game, but Knights of the Sun is here at least to get some renown, and Tattered Prince in Shadows. So he would need to be bestowed now, I think.
Definitely.
2 possibly to get some of that renown if Bing wants to close it. But he did not marshal the Begging Brother with all of that gold available.
Might suspect a second reset on Reinhardt's side. Although that would be very unlikely.
Yeah, 2 more plots, and I've watched a few games, but honestly, I don't remember what they could be. Maybe just something like counting coppers as an option. Political disaster even.
Yeah, but nothing that could really turn the tide, I think. All the military icons nailed now by Sword of the Morning.
And still enough to win with just 11 strength army. And intimidating the other standing character. Okay, so he's going to do his damage here, and then there is Plaza and Womb of the World this time saved. Probably for after Reinhardt becomes the active player. So unopposed power with renown. No, he's not letting that through. Although this time didn't get the power icon, just the braided warrior. Now let's see if he uses Plaza here to defend this.
Yeah, but I think he could only make sure Bing doesn't get a unopposed power. Don't see a way he could win it.
No, but so far he has defended pretty much everything, or tried to win on defense. This time it's not possible, so that should be up to 9 with Renown, and now unopposed Intrigue.
With Renown.
Yeah, and Duran's game would be game over. Here comes the unbridled generosity. It's going to boost presumably the Tattered Prince to keep him in play.
And also we castle one more use plot. Not that it matters for Doran's game.
No, but it could for secret schemes, of course. And if he has Duran's game, this could be game over here. He's drawn a lot, to be fair. Didn't draw it earlier, but he might have it now. Although, still half of the cards left in the draw deck.
Yeah, no secret schemes, so that slows it down quite a bit, but 2 exchange of information definitely help. And 2 Stealth Cavalry. Here we go, Doran's game. Close it out. Congratulations to Bing for winning this quite impressively.
Nicely played. And here is where the mind game starts. So rematch coming up, and what do you do? Do you switch decks here?
Yeah, it's really tough to judge. I think Bing will stay with Martell and this deck, just so resilient against all kinds of decks. I think has a lot of draw, has a lot of economy, can dominate the challenges.
Yeah, doesn't really have a bad matchup, so you can be confident in that deck that it can stand up to anything. And if Reinhard thinks Bing will keep this, then he needs to find something. And the ones that he's played in this tournament, of course, are this one and the Kohor with Voltron character and lots of attachments. And I'm not sure that has a great matchup either, so we'll see. So they're saying it starts shortly, so in 42 minutes or so. And yeah, we should be able to record that, right?
Yep, I'm available. Looking forward to it.
Okay, so just to show you this graphic here, so we have as I said, Bing coming in from the loser's bracket and Reinhard coming in from the winner's bracket, still undefeated until this game. And it's Bing who wins the first one, so now they both have 1 defeat. And as you know, in this tournament, whoever loses 2 is eliminated, and the other player will be our champion. So next game coming up shortly. Hopefully you can join us on that one.